What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the third and final part of the Tartan army. The third installment of this is going to be looking at the final 8 kits that we have in this frame. There's some beauties in here and there's definitely at least 1 or 2 that are a bit questionable again from Scotland. Thank you very much for joining us. If you are new and you like what you see, please drop a subscribe onto this channel. If you aren't new, or even if you are, please drop it a thumbs up so we can push this video as far as we can. Without further ado, let's get into these kits. First one then up here at the moment is the Euro 1992 home strip. We showed you the away kit in the last episode. We're going to have a look at the home kit today. Again, a nice and simple design from Scotland, using them 3 colours that they use so often. A few little details on one of the sleeves, a little diagonal line that goes up, that's also on the shorts. Red tops to the navy socks this time, so a little bit different. Change up in the badge as well from Scotland at this time. They had the round one for quite a long time. They've now gone for more of a shield design with the scarves, the scrolling coming out the side. Really nice simple kit. Wasn't very successful as we discussed in the other one. They were knocked out of Euro 1992 in the group stage, having lost 1-0 to Holland and 2-0 to Germany, despite winning their final group game 3-0 against the CIS. That transitional Soviet Union breakup side, which was made up of 12 of the 15 former nations of the Soviet Union. They beat them 3-0, but it wasn't enough to go through. Nice and simple kit, as we've said. Little bit of collar detailing. The bigger white area here with the little Scotland flag that lives down the side and a button at the top. Nice and simple design, pretty classy. And again, I've put it on that classic base combination of navy and red. Kit number 2 is the Euro 96 change then. It's the white, green and purple version of something. Design wise, it's an absolute mess as a kit. I don't really know why they've gone with the design that they've gone with. The colours I understand, the green, the purple and the navy blue. Synonymous colours with Scotland and tartan and things like that. But the actual kit design itself is just a little bit of a mishmash. And I don't think they actually wore it at Euro 96. Scotland's Euro 96 actually wasn't that bad. I mean, they got a really good draw against Holland in the first game. Obviously, everybody knows about the England game, game number 2, which kind of put an end to their tournament, despite the fact they did then beat Switzerland in the final group game. So yeah, I don't know when they actually wore this. It's down as being the away kit from Euro 96 specifically, but I'd imagine they had it for a little bit longer. So drop in the comments if you guys know when they wore it, and if you know why the design is the way it is, whether it's just a template design or whether it is specific to Scotland. If you know what that is, please drop it down there. But yeah, so this kit, a couple of the colours are custom mixed. The purple is a combination again of 2 Citadel acrylics to just make that shade of purple. The green is a custom shade that we've had to create there because it's quite a dark green, a really dark green, and then the navy blue coming through, with the addition of the Scotland crest in the middle, which has got a shield round it. A lot of kits and clubs started doing this in the 90s. Leicester did it, Man United did it. They started adding these shields around their standard crest. Leicester did it in the 1997-98 era. I think Man United at the same time. Interesting to see why they did it, but yeah, Scotland added the sort of shield area around their crest, and there it is on there. But that is kit number 2. Kit number 3 then is the home kit from World Cup 98 in France. This is the first World Cup I can properly remember, being the age that I am. Me and my brother bought FIFA 98 actually and played through a World Cup pretty much on day 1 on the PlayStation 1. He picked England, so I picked Scotland, and I ended up winning the World Cup with Scotland, and I still hold it over him to this day. Scotland in real life though didn't have such a good time, having lost their opening game to Brazil. They then drew with Norway and then got absolutely trounced 3-0 by Morocco in the final group game, finished bottom of the group. And it was the last World Cup, I believe, that Scotland actually qualified for. Kit-wise, nice and simple. Red socks, navy tops, white shorts, navy shirt with the winged collar on it, and that central shielded badge. Not a massive fan of the shielded badge. I don't think it was needed. I think they would way better without the shield around it, but that's what they've gone with. Number 10 for this team is actually Darren Jackson. Now, I remember Darren Jackson being at Hearts. I couldn't tell you if that's exactly where he was at the time. But he used to play when we used to play FIFA. if we were ever using Scottish sides, I was always Hearts. My brother was usually Hibs, and I always had Darren Jackson up front. The second kit from that very same World Cup then is the away one, this yellow one. Now, it's a pretty nice kit. It just doesn't scream Scotland to me. I don't know if it's the introduction, putting the yellow with the red. I think the yellow and navy works well together, but using that red in the kit as they have, I kind of know why they've done it, to bring those colours together. I just don't think it screams Scotland to me. It's a nice shirt. It's a really, really nice design. In terms of how it looks on Subbuteo, it comes together quite nicely with the red piping lines around it, and the yellow and the navy together. Just not sure that it works to me. That if I saw it, would I think Scotland straight away? I don't think I would. But yeah, a nice and tidy kit, and it's number 16, who is, I think it's Davy Weir. Davy Weir they are. I think it's David Weir, centre back, of course, probably most famous for me as playing for Everton. He was at Everton for a really, really long time. But yeah, so that's the two kits from 1998 there, the last World Cup that Scotland qualified for. Kit number 5 then is this one from Scotland. It's the 2002-2003 home kit. I think it's decent. I think it's really, really tidy, this kit. Love the pinstripes on it. I'm a big fan of pinstripe kits, and the fact they've continued it down onto the sleeves as well is a really, really nice feature. Just a nice, simple kit, going back to a little bit of the basics with this one. No fancy flashing. The badge is changed again, and it's a much better design. Doesn't have that shieldy bit around it, and that lends itself much better to being painted in Subbuteo. So this badge looks nice and crisp. I do like the triangle collar. I think it's a nice feature with the wings on it as well. Stands out nicely. Just an overall really, really good design. Shirt number 5, bearing in mind it didn't qualify for a tournament, difficult to know who was the number 5 in that sort of time. Could have been Stephen Caldwell, Stephen Craney, Christian Daly, any of the defenders that they used at that sort of time period in those qualifiers for Euro 2004, I guess it would have been, or World Cup 2002 qualifying. But as an overall kit, I'm really, really impressed with this one. I think it's nice. I think it's really tidy to look at, and yeah, really, really happy with it. Kit number 6, we've got some special stuff for kit number 6. We're going to run a time lapse of creating this one. It's actually one of my favourites. It's turned out so, so good. Let's show you it. As you can see, that kit turned out so well. Here's the stillage on with it now. I love this sky blue. I don't know why it's sky blue. Well, they didn't do the actual sort of Scotland navy blue. I don't know why they went with the sky blue, but I just think this kit, it works in so many levels. The number font for this one was actually really good as well. More of a Celtic vibe to it. Gold numbers. It's got gold trim around the sky blue. The badge in the middle. In real life, I'm not a massive fan of this little extra bit. They put like the rectangle bit with that in the middle and the Scotland flag. But on a studio figure, it looks so good. Number 10, who I believe probably would have been James McFadden, although he wasn't wearing number 10 when he banged in that worldie against France to win the game away from home. I think he was wearing the number 9 shirt that day. But number 10 probably would have been McFadden at some point. That's who I think it's going to be. So that's who I've done it as. Bit of an enigma, James McFadden. A lot of potential, a lot of hype, but I don't think ever really reached the levels that his hype and his potentially could have taken him to. But yeah, so overall, this kit, I think it's absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I like it. Scotland 2017 home kit then. This is kit number 7, the penultimate one in this frame. When you first look at it, it's a bit boring. It's an Adidas, probably like a template design. I'm not sure if it's unique to Scotland or a global kit, as Adidas call them, which basically means kits they make specifically for teams and national teams. But yeah, on the surface, it's a fairly basic shirt. I'm not sure why Scotland went with the plain sleeves or the different colour sleeves. As far as I'm aware, it's the first time they've ever done that in their history, wearing a kit with different colour sleeves. As with all Adidas kits, it's got free striping all over it. So it's got the free stripes on the inside of the socks, actually vertically, down the side of the shorts, and just the shoulder stripes on the side there. The thing that makes this kit special, and I hope I'm able to get the image up here to show it to you, is the tartan-y pattern that runs through the central area of the shirt. It's something that on the image I had, you don't really notice it, but as of all my kits doing my research, I get an actual image of the shirt, and you can see it quite clearly on the actual image of the shirt. It's got like a tartan-y pattern running through it, similar to that from 1996, but not quite as obvious. It's a little bit more subtle on this one, and hopefully when you look at it with the naked eye, you can definitely see it. Hopefully on this image you can see it. I don't know yet because I'm pre-recording what I'm saying, so fingers crossed I'm going to be able to get a picture that shows it. Just a really, really nice and tidy kit. In the end, it's actually okay. I don't dislike it. I'm not sure myself on the white sleeves whether I would go over that again. I haven't. I think the kit after, they've gone straight back to navy sleeves, so they obviously decided themselves it wasn't such a good idea. But yeah, so a nice and tidy kit, nice and simple. Badge change up again. It's another round badge they've decided to use. Just looks really effective. Number 9, any old centre forward, Liam Miller, who knows? I'm not actually sure. I haven't looked it up, but yeah, because they haven't qualified, it's difficult to know who would have worn 9 again. Could have been McFadden, Lee Griffiths maybe, but I've done him with the number 9. His bog standard brown hair. He's on the navy outer, blue inner base. Again, another combination I really, really like. But with this kit, there's no red in it either, which I find quite interesting. Same with that last one, the pinch-eye one. They've just completely taken red out of their shirts and their kits. I think they might have put it back in again now. But yeah, strange why they did that, because I thought like the red, the white and the navy as a colour combination works really, really well together, and giving them so much success in terms of kit design over the years, and just to completely get rid of it and go straight to navy and white was a strange decision. Don't personally think it worked. I think this kit, had it had a bit of red rather in it, would have been a lot better. Final kit then in this piece is the away kit from 2016-17. Now, Adidas launched this kit with the tagline "All in or nothing," and Scotland, it would appear, went with nothing. This kit, I don't get it. I don't understand the design. I don't understand how it ended up being a Scotland away kit. The introduction of pink, it's something that they've brought in a little bit in their away kits. I think the kit after this would also had pink in it. Interesting as to why they've done it. Design wise, it's a pretty decent-ish template. It's sort of a magenta-y, reddy pink sort of colour top band, and then the yellow hoopy bands underneath. It looks good. Aesthetically, I'm just not sure the colours all work together. The actual kit design would be really good, Just not sure they've pulled it off as well as they'd like. Don't know whether it's a little throwback to the one we did before from 1990 that had the two navy chest bands and the yellows underneath. Not 100% sure, but it's one that on Sputo I think has turned out to look quite nice. I've thrown it on the limited edition Santiago Vivid Pink with the yellow disc. Again, I'm just not sure about it as a kit. Like, it's one of them, I think, actually, I don't know, it just feels like it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me personally. I think it looks good, and hopefully the paint job I've done of it represents it really well. I'm just not 100% sold on it as a kit design. The three colours I don't really like together. So yeah, I'm not overly a massive fan of it, but to paint it, I think, you know, it's come out really nicely. Adidas again with the usual free striping all over it, and yeah, it's decent, I guess. I'm just not totally sold on it myself. Have it then, we rolled through all 8 kits from this third and final section. Drop in the comments which one is your favourite, and if you do know the reason as to why they changed away from the red socks for a couple of cycles, or why for whatever reason they started introducing pink to their kits, if you know, put it in the comments. I'd love to find out. Don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. We're going to end this video with just a showcase of all 20 kits running through. Please stick around and have a look at it. Music, once again, for all of our videos at the moment are from the amazing Sampledelic Sounds. So please check them guys out. They've got me a couple of new ones. We're going to run a new one on the end of this now. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you have liked what you've seen and you haven't already. If you're just around and you've liked what you've seen, throw out a thumbs up. I believe my analytics tells me that about 40% of the people that are watching my videos aren't subscribers. So guys, if you're watching my videos and you're coming back and you're liking what you're seeing, click that red button, get the subscribe on. Apart from that one, guys, stay safe, have fun.